Otherwise, we would.
It'd mess up my pacemaker.
Yeah, your pacemaker. You know, you joke about that, but I'm sure some people probably have one.
Yeah,
If somebody had one, they would mess it up.
it would.
There you
It
go.
would.
See? Wasn't a joke.
Well,
Once
don't
again,
shock
think
yourself.
fast and just have something
Not on
funny
your
to
way,
say.
am I?
All right, so this is a cable tester, high tension cable tester. Okay, that's what it looks like.
You were saying with the buzz going.
Well, it's a high tension cable tester. Okay, and on this one you need to use it on the air path, which means you need a battery. That's why I have a battery here. I was gonna use that one, but the posts are too tall, too wide. All right, so I had to rig this up. Normally this would be on your magneto, right? And we don't have an engine or a magneto, so I had to put the negative onto this to simulate the ground, and then of course put this on here. This black lead can go anywhere on the engine, but that's our only engine in this case. Okay. And then you simply have this guy, which is the tester. And you can see too, you're kind of limited with space. It's nice to have a battery close to the engine. All right, then you're going to be pulling batteries off and using it on a cart anyway. So this is a 4-cylinder engine, and so all we're doing is putting this on the lead. It's kind of hard to squeeze this one for some reason. Okay, and it's grounded. And of course, if it's grounded, it's going to have continuity, right? If it's not grounded, like this one shouldn't be, you see the sparks will go across the points. Right? You want a spark there, meaning that it's open essentially. But if it's grounding somewhere, let's just ground it to here. You have no sparks. I'm sorry, show you guys. Just sparks across there. Okay, and that's effectively it. This is a high tension device. So you're actually running high tension voltage through each individual one. Okay? Sometimes, it's rare, I guess. If you're lined up on it, on the actual cylinder part of it, on the distributor, it still should give you an open. It should not jump that gap. If you're thinking about a false positive, would that be a false positive or false negative? I guess that'd be a false negative, right? But if you suspect that, just give the prop a little bit, try to get off of that cylinder on the distributor, and try it again. If you suspect that, right? But it shouldn't. You know what I mean? If the finger's lined up on the distributor, it still should have no continuity. It shouldn't jump that gap. Okay, so that's checking for open. That's checking to see if there's a ground. Does that make sense? If there's a ground, there's no ground. Of course, up here there's not going to be a ground. Lights on. It's that simple.
Lights on?
So the thing's basically like a vibrator with a coil in.
Right. And if it jumps the gap, then it's open. If it doesn't jump the gap, it goes right to ground. That's pretty simple. So if we do get a lead that is grounded, then we got to troubleshoot it further. I mean, this is just a preliminary deal. Like I said, the distributor block is still on the engine. Everything is put together. It's that easy. You just get on each one of them and buzz them. It's called buzz a harness. When someone asks you to go buzz a harness, this is what you're doing. Okay? That was grounded. So there's something going on here. Likely it's what? Likely what's wrong?
Wire? It's a wire. The wire's
The wire's wrong. How is the wire wrong?
It's just
What happens if there's no spark there?
Then it's not.
So what's the wire?
It's
Likely
closed.
grounded.
Grounded.
There's a problem with your shielding. There's a problem with the insulators. There could be all sorts of problems. However, it doesn't show you the other half of the story. If you have something problematic, it could be it's not a grounding issue, is it? It could be an open issue. This can't tell you that. So how would you troubleshoot an open issue? If you still think there's something wrong with this spark plug, this wire or something, it's got a cold cylinder. You buzz a harness, it buzzes good. What else could be a problem? An open. It's a break somewhere in the wire. Unfortunately,
meter.
what's that?
Try an ohm meter.
Yeah, there you go. Try it on meter. You're gonna have to see there's continuity from here to there. Right? And then, unfortunately, you're gonna have to take this. Or, I guess you can actually take this. Which one is this? Yeah, I chose the right one. That's fine. I'm gonna crush that. This thing's gonna crush that spring. Make sure it doesn't touch anything else. Ground, right? So, it's not gonna work, is it? Because I run off the ground. This is ground control. This is controlled by the ground, right? Nothing's happening because it doesn't have a ground. I'd still put a meter on it though. Any questions?
Why would you use this over just a multimeter?
First of all, I don't want to take the distributor block off. I may not even have to take the cowling off, depending on what kind of engine you have. So it's a non-invasive type of preliminary check.
Quick pre-check, you can.
So if you suspect nothing, right? You suspect there's no problem, the engine runs great, mag drops are good. You don't suspect there's any cold cylinders or things running fine. Part of your 100 hour, as a matter of course, you might just buzz the harness and see how healthy it is. Or it might be the strength of the, because you're running high tension through it.
Okay.
So it's kind of a health and safety of the wire itself, if you will. As a matter of course, you might just do that. You know, it's just easy. You're taking the spark plugs out anyway, 100 hour, annual inspection, buzz the wires. Right? But, of course, we're mean here and evil, so we have faults within these. So you're going to have to find the faults, document them. There's 6-cylinder guys and 4-cylinder guys. One, I think. Yeah, so 2 6-cylinders and a 4-cylinder. And they're all faults. So how are you going to identify these faults? You're going to identify them probably with this first, and then you're going to go and decide whether it's a short, if there's an open, or what. And like we use a multimeter for that. So we have this. We also have the cranky type. What's that called? The cranky one? Megger. You got a Megger in there. So actually more portable than this. And there's also one, I think that you watch the, I have to look at it. I think you use it, it has batteries in it, but I think you watch the decay. Like it energizes it and it decays. I'm not sure. We look at it again. But there's various ways you can do this. This is by far the cheapest and most common. Because that Megger, who knows how much that costs? It's really old. So these are ubiquitous and cheap, $150. Okay, any questions? So everybody can do this on all these harnesses? Okay. Oh, what's happening? I don't want to do it either.
Okay, so the rest of you guys, I'm going to check out your magnetos. I know some of you guys are doing the engine timing. I have one group that's to this point, so I'm going to go through what I want from this checkout, and then I will pass out your magnetos, and I believe somebody's ready to, you guys are ready to check out your magneto with Mark, right? You have a list, right? You do that, yeah. And then he's helping some other guys with their timing, so.
Well, there's one group that it wasn't done, like it wasn't working.
That's ours.
So he's gonna help you guys look at that. So if you take a look at theirs first and stuff, and then so if you guys want, I will go check out your magnetos. So if you guys want to head back in.